Welcome, welcome in. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Let me know down in the chat. I want to know. I want to get to know you guys. Okay, I do care about you guys. All right. So let me know how you're doing, how you're feeling down in the chat. Okay. Welcome in. Welcome in. Okay. We are going to hop straight into this collective reading for today. Okay, this you are supposed to make a splash. Okay, wave maker, game changer. Okay, that's who you are supposed to be. Okay, you're supposed to come in like with a bang. Okay, period. All right, let's get into this reading. Let's pray into the cards. I call upon our great divine, our most high, our divine ancestors, and our divine spirit guides to give us the divinely accurate messages that each and every soul needs to hear today. Not what they want to hear, spirit, but what they need to hear in order to grow, learn, and evolve along their journeys. Please allow me to deliver these messages to each and every soul in the collective so that they can understand and interpret the messages so they can be in accordance with your will for their destiny timeline. In Jesus' name we pray, amen, and so it is, Ashe. What's up, Spirit? Alright, y'all. Let's see what Spirit has to say about this. You're supposed to make a splash. Alrighty. Welcome in, welcome in. Let us see what we have here today. Alrighty. Welcome in, welcome in. How you doing? How you feeling? Francesco? Am I saying that right? The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. So, I want to say you're reminiscing about the past. Yes, we are peeking into the future, okay? So what good Lord has in store for you, okay? You may be made to make this splash, right? So you could be thinking here like this is going to be similar to the past, right? Um, or comparing past events to your present events, and this like Spirit is saying your wheel of fortune is being turned around, okay? Right? What was done in the past, the people that came up against you, the situations that took place in your life that weren't all of love and light, right? All of that is being changed for the better, okay? So you don't even have to be like reminiscing about the past, but if you have been reminiscing about the past, this is your sign that things are changing, and Spirit is getting ready to change your perspective about the past by changing how you go forward in the future, okay? With this High Priestess, you can be on the end where you know, okay, you know that this is going on, you know that this is happening, you feel this in your energy, So everybody's at a different part in their journey, different point, right? So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is definitely giving the ending of false prophets. There's another card here. No. This is giving a death to false prophets here. Okay, as you step in to your throne, as you step into what is yours, what is due to you. Okay, these energies who have masked themselves to be these prophets, to be your divine energy, right? They have fallen. Okay, they're being laid to rest. The narrative of the world is changing. It's crazy. I just saw the world card there in there. As I said that, so right at the okay, so the King of Pentacles came out right with the Death card, and then the Queen of Pentacles. This is definitely symbolizing the patriarchy, death to the patriarchy, rise to the divine feminine that is going on at this time, right? Okay. This just means the way that we have perceived feminine energy these last few hundred years is shifting and is changing. Of course, we are still getting pushback from the governments on this, right? To them, they think it's scary to have women in charge, right? Trying to hold on to what's traditional. This is more broader collective here. Okay. Because you're getting this Ten of Cup energy, but this, like, people trying to hold on to a narrative of what's, like, traditional, like what traditional values are as well at this time. And when I say that world card was peeking out earlier, so at the bottom of the deck, how the world is viewing feminine energy is changing, allowing for people to openly express their feminine side and not be ashamed of their femininity, right? We all have both halves, divine feminine, divine masculine within self. Manifestation takes the healing of your divine feminine energy, okay? And that's how can, people be a part of the LGBTQIA community because of what energy they reside in, right? You can reside in the feminine energy and the masculine energy, and you're attracted to others' energy, not their physical appearance, okay? want to get back into this. You're supposed to make a splash. This is just telling us how like how things are shifting in the world today, right now, with the patriarchy and everything, and how we're shifting out of this notion. It's definitely. I want more on this. Make a splash here. Level-headed. It came out sideways. Right, so we have the Queen of Wands and then the Queen of Swords here. Alright. A lot of Queen energy here. But this creative energy here, right? This calm, cool, collected, trusting your intuition, trusting your discernment. Okay. And judgment in between. The judgment of the world. The world is supposed to see you as this fruitful energy. That is the judgment that has been casted. As this abundant energy, as this voice energy, as this energy that can carry their own. Definitely not one that's meant to be trifled with, okay? Let's do want us to know about this splash spirit. You're not wavering under pressure or allowing for any of these musking moon rabbits to send your energy into a frenzy or a tower, okay? Because Lord knows they tried. Lord knows they directed things towards you that was supposed to leave you in heartache, okay? Out your medulla, right? It's supposed to leave you down and broken, down and out. The good Lord's not going to allow this to happen, right? But also with the place that you are in, mentally, energetically wise, right? None of this is affecting you. If anything, you're alchemizing this energy to experience this Ten of Cups energy. No matter what they tried to do in the dark and tried to hide behind masks and cloaks, none of this energy is attaching to you, right? They can't hold on to your energy for harvesting, right? This is what I said. You're not someone that's meant to be trifled with. In spiritual warfare and in physical warfare, you know? Right? This is not something. I picked that up. This is not something that even with its intent, can hurt you. Okay. If you are brand new to alchemization, um, and you don't know what alchemy is, right? Please go read The Alchemist in our Boss Up playlist. Okay. It's an audio book and it's going to teach you about alchemy. Got to start with the basics. Okay. Any further questions after that? Um, just join our Discord server. Okay. So that you can ask questions and we can talk about it over there. Okay. So what else do you want them to know about this splash spirit? They're supposed to make your destiny is protected from these wishful okay, yeah, these people, I don't know who these energies are, okay, that are trying to stop uh your destiny from coming in, trying to ruin opportunities for you, trying to do this, that, and the third, like they're Harry Potter or something, right? um Making deals with the devil. I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. Coming up with creative plans with the Page of Wands, right? Coming up with creative plans to try to distort. I was gonna say destroy, but distort is what Spirit wants to say. What's yours? Okay, they wanted to distort your reality, right? And stop from these things from coming in how they were always meant to come in. And I don't even know why they tried it anyway, because we got the Nine of Wands energy here. You're protected, right? Ancestor, spirit guide, God, universe out here working on your behalf 24/7 to make sure none of this goes through anyway. Let's see, anything else you would like us to know? Spirit said these opportunities aren't coming in as anticipated. They're not coming in as what maybe even you were thinking they were coming in as, right? So, Spirit had you thinking one way about this so that this person would tap into that energy and think they had the leg up on the competition, right? They thought they would be able to swoop in and change the details, distort the details that the good Lord had planned for your destiny. However, they got the setup plan the entire time, right? They got set up. Spirit said that was just to catch them in a trap where if you don't stop messing with my divine light, child, right, then I have no choice but to hit you with that karmic debt, right? So these people charged head in, right? No, what is the word, Spirit? No actual plan. They charged in with emotions instead of thought. Like they never really stopped to think about who they had to come up against. They didn't stop to think about giving you mercy. They didn't stop to think about this plan as a whole. They allowed greed, they allowed jealousy, they allowed envy, they allowed hatred, right? They allowed so many other things to cloud their judgment, their emotions, right? To cloud their judgment about how they move forward with this. Thinking you are just one of those easy peasy, lemon squeezy type of individuals, type of souls, but you're not. You're one of the 144,000 divine light soldiers that were sent here by the good Lord with a mission. With miracles, right? Miracles, believe, faith, white horse here. Oh, that's a unicorn, sorry. The unicorn. With clarity and truth being brought. Blue Lotus. And I think this landed on the Eight of Cups here, Page of Wands, and then the missing piece of information here about this, right? With expanding consciousness, spiritual awakening, inner peace, lucid dreaming, mindfulness, third eye opening, right? Stay calm, cool, and collected. About this individual who made this mistaken evaluation, because you are going to be getting clarity on whoever this is. If you don't know who this energy is already, right? Don't worry, because you will be receiving messages about this person soon, and you're being guided to cut cords with this person, cut energetic cords with this person. Okay, especially if this person, if you had sexual relationships with this person, definitely uh, cut them out of your energy, sever their attachment to your energy, reclaim your power, right? As a woman, cleanse your womb, right? Especially on your time of the month, right? You just set your intentions over your womb, and you let your menstrual cycle do the rest of the work. Okay. And getting, you could trust your intuition and your perception on this, right? With clarity as well. A lot of clarity coming out, right? Okay. With this, remember, this individual is, you're definitely noticing things about these people that only your third eye could pick up on these people, especially if you've been opening your third eye more recently, or if you've been, your third eye has been open for a while, then you can trust your spiritual insight, your spiritual perception, right? Your spiritual discernment when it comes to new people, when it comes to old people, you know what I'm saying? Um, whether I should say past or present, future, you know what I'm saying? So not new or old, but you know what I'm saying. So when it comes to past people, present people, future people, right? You can trust your intuition. You can trust that your third eye is showing you who these people truly are. You can trust that you will know when destiny comes in your face, right? You will know destiny, meant to be, predestined astrology written in the stars. Okay, you don't know what's written in the stars, what is meant for you, what is due to you, right? They won't. Okay, there's no one gonna be able to confuse you about this because of how strong your spiritual insight is. And what I say, no one is gonna be able to confuse you, right? Limit you, restrict you. No one is going to be able to tie your hands and make you think that, you're not getting this beautiful transformation, all these opportunities, right? This pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, that you're not getting your heavenly ever after. This gaslighting, this manipulation here, right? It's not working any longer because of your spiritual perception, your spiritual insight, right? Your gateway, your eyes into the spiritual realm, into how energy works. Okay, you will be able. Yeah, no one's gonna hold you back. No one's gonna suppress this. Okay, none of that. Control it. No. Mm-mm. Okay. Especially not no two-faced Debbie. Okay. And it's crazy work because I knew a Debbie that was two-faced when I was a kid. Oh, that's funny. Spirit has a way with words. Right. By these jealous, mad, angry, envious, okay, lower vibrational, okay, beings who don't want you to walk this golden path. I mean, they know you got this golden path. They know you can follow the yellow brick road to all your dreams, and you're gonna get them. You know what I'm saying? This is why they're so angry. This is why they're spiraling out of control. Because the with this unwanted exposure, right? Yeah, they're being exposed for this. How they're coming at you here. How they're revealing something personal, negative attention, right? So they're definitely getting exposed. This is exposing them, right? You're walking your path of destiny, right? This is exposing them as the hateful, low vibrational being that they always were. You know what I'm saying? So hey, that's that sounds personal. They're the ones who wanted to come up against you. They're the ones who try to guide you away, distort your destiny. Right, and look with the truth card coming out, dream bubble. Oh, hold on. This is another truth card here. Um, so we have eyes like ancient gateways, accurate perception, insight, and awareness. Okay, dream bubble illusion. They wanted to distort your reality so they can have an escape plan, an escape from their own reality, an escape from their own trauma, right? For their own karmic debt that they have racked up themselves. You know what I'm saying? They did this to themselves, right? And with eyes like ancient gateways, right? Your third eye, okay, which is marked on her forehead here, okay. Um, you have this accurate perception, okay. You have this insight, this awareness that keeps you up on game. So when people try you or people try to come up against you, you know what I'm saying? You out here, okay. You see, you feel, okay. You hear, okay. All right, you got one of the clear abilities, okay. Right, we have rest, quiet, calm, inner peace, serene, tranquil spirit. A temporary pause is needed. You can reemerge when ready. Okay, and this is like enjoy the enjoy your rest and enjoy your uh, peace of mind before this this splash that you're supposed to make occurs. Okay, right? There's going to be some huge transformation here, okay, where you're going to be making this big splash. All right, everybody gonna know your name type of energy, okay? And you know, Spirit is saying it's okay to enjoy the peace and quiet, okay? I don't know, because when everybody know your name, right, you gotta start thinking, okay, card just carding right now. Yeah. If that card comes back out, we'll take it. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Let's see. Someone was being cutthroat, being ruthless, which we already know. Taking any measure to win. Okay. Success at any expense. Right. They wanted this to be quiet. This to be hidden, be hushed up. You may know things about these people that could get them in a lot of trouble too, right? And they wanted to put a stop to you, an end to you before you can reveal any of their secrets. However, how they're out here acting crazy and everything with this spiral energy, they're kind of like giving themselves away. You know what I'm saying? Like it's pretty obvious you got something going on you don't want nobody to know about, right? I feel like you hold all the power in your hands with the ace, all aces, right? That you have the upper hand. Could be for some of y'all more than others of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Especially if this is like an ex, or if you got some crazy dirt on a karmic family or karmic friends. But it's just like things they don't want other people to know about them. Yada yada. Because I mean, I get it. I mean, example, just like how um I never say his name, but I'm always like, yeah, my ex who was a warlock, right? Used to also sell drogas, you know what I'm saying? Um some very hard substances as well. Um Never really liked it, but like at the same time, as long as he's not bothering me, right, there's no reason for me to snitch. You feel me? Like there's just no reason for me to tell authorities or anything, unless I feel my life is being threatened, then I'm coolio, right? So I wouldn't say like you guys have something like that just on standby, but could have some interesting intel, right? That could get them in trouble with the law, that could you know have them in a situation that just isn't very pleasant. Um, right. I'm gonna take this card unless it comes back out. So they're trying to get in the way, just distort this. Because they're mad about not being able to have your energy. Yeah. Yeah. Duh. Those think it's a fluke? No way. No way they think it's a fluke. No way. That's okay. That's why you need to cut these energies off energetically, okay? Because they really out here like why can't I have your energy? What? You know, like real life think it's a fluke. Out here investigating things like, oh, it must be because you got somebody else around. You know what I'm saying? It must be because of this, that, and the third. Never really understanding that the reason you aren't around these people is because they toxic. Whoever this is, whoever is being intrusive, right? Trying to disregard boundaries, invade your privacy, right? They're an uninvited guest, okay? Right? But some for some reason they really think it's a fluke. You know what I'm saying? You not wanting Jesus. You not wanting to be around them. What's their name? You not wanting to be around them is like some stuff they never heard of. You know what I'm saying? It's very much why not? You know, like why not? You know, it's giving very much where my hug, and then when you tell them you don't want to look, the toxic card trying to come out. Okay, when you tell them you don't want to hug, they revoked access. They're like, oh well, you know, man, if you didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like, dog, nobody wants to touch your crusty, dusty, crusty ass. Like no one wanted to do all that with your energy, bro. No one has to let you in. Okay, no one has to do any of that. Right? Or aura always shining. Okay, radiant authenticity. Okay, inner peace, magnetic, attractive, healthy on all levels, mind, body, and spirit. Right? Total opposite of what these people got going on. Because they closed off, restricted. Their toxic energy is told to keep the F out. Spirit is saying, do not cross this door. Do not try to unlock this lock. Do not try to come up in here like you need it or you want it because you're neither. Okay. So people got their stuff locked out. I mean, it looked like the good Lord finna board up the wall too. You know what I'm saying? The little wood on the, like put some nails in there. Make sure this person can never, ever, ever get access ever, ever, ever again. These people are honestly silly and goofy. You know what I'm saying? But they're definitely the type that's had people come back. You know what I'm saying? Where they've had, you know, people like, oh, I'm not never gonna see you again. I'm never gonna be attached to your energy again, right? And then they do a little bit of hoobly jubilee, a little love, hocus pocus magic on the ex, and be like, get yourself back over here, and then that person comes there. That person comes back. You know what I'm saying? They could have tried this on you here, right? If you've been seeing this person in your dreams, or you just like randomly start thinking about this person in a way that you would not normally think about this person, whoever this is, whether this is an ex familial unit, Karmic familial unit, right? Karmic friend. So really feeling like this could be an ex though, right? Like that's the main energy I'm picking up here, is that whoever this was is so used to people crawling back, right? People being like, "Oh, I'll take you back. I want you back." La 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 la. Right? And Spirit is saying, "I'm not this one, not this one, not my child. They not going back to you. They know they should not go back to you. They will not be dumb enough to go back to you. So don't sit here and act like they have no choice but to come back to you, because I locked that door. I locked that door. There is no more access, right? There is no more going back. This looking like a pillar of salt. All right. Do not look like no pillar of salt going back to whoever these energies are, because promise you they probably try to call out to your energy too many times, and the good Lord is over it. Okay. So don't let these people fool you back into a relationship with your energy, with their energy. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them use your energy against you. Don't let them try to, wiggle their way back into your life. None of that. None of that. Don't allow any of that to happen. Okay? You probably not even thinking about these people, but they keep thinking about you. Okay, that's why this keep coming up in the collective reading. Okay, it's because these people keep thinking about you, thinking about your energy, thinking about the time they had with, my spirit just start playing when I was your man. So definitely X, you know what I'm saying? That Bruno Mars song. Okay, somebody is hitting somebody hard right now. Okay, they wish they took you dancing, gave you flowers, held your hand. You know what I'm saying? They wish they was acting like they wanted you in their life as a partner. Instead, they treated you horribly. Okay, treated you like they didn't really want you around. And when you was like, "Yo, oh word, you don't want me around? Bet." Deuces, you know what I'm saying? You took your stuff, you headed out, you never looked back, and now they're like, wait a second, I ain't say all that. I ain't say all that. You know what I'm saying? But your actions, your actions spoke louder than your words. Your words could have been all nice and pretty, okay, like a pretty penny, okay, but in reality, your actions were showing that was I don't give a I don't give a I don't give a I don't give a that's what these people's energy was showing to you. Okay, that they don't give two flipping flying flamoose behinds. Okay. All right, that they don't actually care. Right, that's the energy they were giving off. All right, their actions, that's what it was giving off there, is that they don't give no type of f's. Okay. Alrighty. And that's why they're being closed off from this. Okay, because the good Lord is not going to allow for any of this to be tainted. Okay, when you got new things being signed, sealed, and delivered into your life. Okay, new with the stamp of love here from the good Lord, right? New emotional renewal. Okay, loving your life, right? Experiencing life and all the highest things it has to offer. Okay, right? We're not just talking about money and everything like that, right? This is a different type of abundance here. Self fulfillment, career fulfillment. All right, fulfillment and love, right? This is every aspect of your life, every need and every want, that doesn't get you in trouble, right? Being met here, for the rest of your life. Okay, or you never have to worry, you never have to struggle. Okay, you will love and be loved grandly. Love this life, love this world, and be loved by this world and by your life. Okay. Amen. And this is on the way to you. Okay, it's finalized. This ain't nothing. Nothing is getting in your way of making this big splash. Okay, not these people. Alrighty, who thought they could come up against you, um, as your quote unquote enemies, right? The whole time they were never really your enemies, right? I know most of y'all don't even have to lift a finger. The good Lord, your ancestors, your spirit guides, they the type to ride, okay? The type to ride or perish, you know what I'm saying? And because they already in the spiritual realm, there's really nothing, you know what I'm saying? They gonna ride. They gonna ride till until the wheels fall off, okay? So there's really nothing to be worried about here. Okay. These individuals that try to come up against you, they are paying. They are paying for that, and this is none of your concern. Okay? Them, like, the only reason the good Lord is making you aware of it, there's some of you like who have still not separated from these individuals, and then there's others of you who feel these people in your energy, and you need to do some cord cuttings, right? And then spirit for the rest of you, right? Spirit just wants you aware. If you felt anything off or experience anything out of the ordinary, like just keep paying attention, okay? Keep alchemizing the energies directed towards you, because nothing is coming through like they intended it to, and all that energy is rightfully yours to alchemize and invest into your dharma, into your heavenly ever after. Okay, I used to feel guilty about alchemizing energy when it came to people directing me negative energy, and I would alchemize it in the sense where I would change it to a positive energy. um but I would, like, how do I put this? So I would actually, I'm lying. Okay. So before I started to change it into positive energy, what I would do is just send it back to its original sender. Okay, that's all I used to do, was just send the energy back to the original sender. It occurred to me one day, one day, like, me and the good Lord is over here talking and everything, and the good Lord is like, they forfeited that energy. What are you talking about? It's yours. And I'm sitting there like, wait, what? And Spirit is like, they forfeited their energy by trying to direct intentions towards your life. They no longer have rights, right, to that energy. Okay, they forfeited it. They say they didn't want it once they cast it and used it for darkness and wickedness. Okay, once you use your energy for wickedness, it's up for grabs. Now, you know what I'm saying? So, like, this is why I want you guys to learn about alchemy, because it's some serious stuff, right? When people are directing negative energies to you, now I eat that. Y'all know, I'm straight up, I eat that. Now I'm like, go ahead, pray on my downfall. I'm gonna use that energy. It's about to be good. Oh, I'm about to eat good, man. I'm about to eat good. It's mine. It's mine. You know what I'm saying? You directed it to me. Right? You know what I'm saying? So if somebody directs energy towards you, you can send their intentions back. It's taught that you separate the energy and the intentions, right? You can do this with your hands or just your mind. It doesn't matter. I like to use my hands, but I do imagine it separating the intentions from the energy itself, because the energy is pure. The energy, you know what I'm saying? The energy ain't do nothing. It was tainted by these nasty intentions. So the intentions could go back to their sender. Oh, ooh, that's on you. That wasn't my intentions. You keep them, boo. Okay. And you take the energy and you transmute it, converge it, right? Converge it into your energy, transmute it into positive, high vibrational, loving energy, right? And then you're gonna take it in, and you're gonna set the intention that it's going to bring you more love, justice, peace, happiness into your life, dharma into your experience, more financial security into your experience. You use it for whatever you want, as long as it has high vibrational intentions on it and mature intentions on it. You can use it for whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be able to tell the difference between your energy and other people's energies. You have to know yourself in order to know when someone else is directed energy towards you, so you'll be able to, spin the block on them. You know what I'm saying? Spin the block. Throw their intentions at their head. Okay, I'm so serious. Throw their intentions, chuck them intentions back at them, and keep their energy. Okay, you tell them to keep that same energy. No, 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 no. Throw the intentions at them. Okay, and keep their energy. All right, so it's not theirs no more. That's why we converging it right into your own energy, right? So that's what I do, y'all. That's what I do. Um, promise you, what people have intended for me never play out, because I'm always alchemizing energy. You know what I'm saying? This is why I also tell you guys to also wear crystals, because your crystals can help you alchemize energy when you're not paying attention. But they also can help you protect you from negative energy, negative intentions. You know what I'm saying? I've had a couple crystals break because of how much negative energy people were pushing on me at one point, especially that September October point of this year. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still here. I'm still doing me. I'm still showing up to make sure that y'all get the messages that y'all need. So really, I ain't even worried about it. I'm not worried about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna keep eating it. I'm gonna keep eating their energy because they keep sending it to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put y'all up on game. Okay, I'm trying to teach y'all how to do it. Okay, okay, so that you don't have to be fall victim to their tactics. You don't have to fall victim to their little tongue. You know what I'm saying? Because your tongue does carry weight. The things that you push out into this universe, the things that you say, right? Those are all spells that you're casting. Okay, so use your tongue very wisely, and don't use it for harm. Don't use it to curse others. You know what I'm saying? Because all of that comes back onto you, especially if you're dealing with the master alchemist, baby. Baby, you dealing with the master alchemist, and you barely know anything about alchemy. That's a dangerous road you just went down. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Y'all gonna stop messing with masters now. Okay, ascended masters, master alchemist, right? If they're a master in their energetic field, right, you're gonna stop messing with them. Okay, if they're a master in astral projector, if they're a master in astrology, if they're a master in psychic readings, if they're a master in this stuff and Reiki and witchcraft, if they are a master, slow your roll. Okay, especially if you don't know how long they've been practicing what they've been practicing. You know what I'm saying? Chill out. Chill out. Okay. Alrighty, because it's a lot of us that are alchemists. Um, and at this point, you know what I'm saying? So, sometimes you gotta just you could throw the enemy a bone. You know what I'm saying? Be like, yeah, we're just alchemizing it. Let you know right now, alchemization only benefits the people using it for light. I hope y'all heard that one. I hope y'all heard that. Took notes, okay? Please take notes, right? I truly do want you guys to understand what it is I'm bringing to the table, okay? Because I promise you, once I started doing alchemy that way, right? Because once the good Lord was like, nah, they forfeited their energy. Take that. You know what I'm saying? The good Lord was like, just take it, man. They forfeited. Yeah, so it's like once I started learning that way, I promise you, that's how I got out of the relationship with that warlock, okay? Is when I started doing that. When I started taking the negative energy that was directed at me, sending the intentions back to their original sender, but keeping the energy and transmuting it for positive. That's why I'm here today, and not in Florida with that mentally manipulated. Okay, so mentally, emotionally manipulative jerk. Okay, that's the nicest way you could put it. Okay, and it was because I started alchemizing all the negative energy being directed to me, and actually paying attention to my dreams. So it's like at that time I was in that relationship, I was still very, very, very new to spirituality. Okay, so I learned I learned a lot from real life experiences, and which is how I've mastered alchemy, right? So from my real world experiences where I had to alchemize all the dark energy that was being thrown my way, you know what I'm saying? Because at one point, you know, in the relationship, I was like, none of this is adding up. All the things that keep going wrong, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, none of this is adding up. Okay, it was not adding up. So that's how I got out of that, which was mastering that, right? So I would literally hide in the bathroom and do alchemization. Yes, because it was like, of course, guys, y'all know telepathy is just reading energy, right? So telepathy is just being able to read energy. Energy is your thoughts. Thoughts are energy, right? So when you're doing telepathy, we're just reading each other's energy that's going on in our mind. Okay. So you know, I'm it's not always easy. You know what I'm saying? It's not always easy. And someone has to be at a certain level with me so that we're able to do it, because if you are brand new to telepathy, it's not it's really hard. um but the more you trust your intuition, the more you trust what your clairsentience, your claircognizance, right, the easier it becomes to read people's minds, to read people's thoughts, and then to exchange thoughts through telepathy, right? But that takes practice. It's not an overnight thing. You're not gonna be able to do telepathy overnight. I'm sorry, that's not how it works. You gotta train. Okay, you do have to train it. It's not something that you just do overnight. Okay, alrighty. It's just like your intuition. It's not something you do overnight, right? So, um, yeah, no, I learned that the hard way. I had someone try to teach me telepathy in the first few months of my spiritual journey, and no, I was not catching on. Okay, I was like, "What are you?" I'm like, "No, I did not hear you from all the way over there." What? It was definitely an experience. I'm gonna let y'all know it was definitely an experience because I learned a lot of things really fast. Like Spirit was like, "Oh, girl, you don't have time to go through, 35 years of trying to catch up. No, I need you to be on the fast pace, accelerated program." There you go. You would have thought the Lord wanted me to go through the spiritual psychosis. Yeah, they did. But but that was spiritual psychosis was necessary to tell my ego to sit back seat. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people understand that's what the spiritual psychosis is for. It's for you to force your ego to the back seat or keep going loony 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 loony. Okay. So yeah, none of this stuff can be taught overnight. Alchemy took me a while to really get down to. So it's seriously not stuff you can learn overnight, right? I've been using alchemy at its fullest since maybe 2023, right? So 2 years, going on 3 years, right? Yeah, 2023. Okay, so it's been two years, right, that I've been using alchemy to its fullest extent. Um, took me about like I was using it, I don't want to say inappropriately, but I was using it not to its fullest extent for a year before that. So that's about 3-ish years that I've been using alchemy, correctly, and then halfly, right? Halfly, okay, because yeah, it's kind of of course you could return the energy to sender. I was doing that to be nice. I was doing that to be nice. Okay, I was returning intentions and energy to the sender just to be nice. Now I don't care. You directed negative energy. I don't direct negative energy towards people. You directed negative energy towards me. Your negative, gross intentions towards me because you wanted some terrible ending for me that I would never wish on my worst enemy. And you think you gonna get your energy back? Baby, you could take them crusty, dusty, musty intentions. That's what I'm gonna give you back. Cause I did not wish those intentions. I did not use my tongue to curse you or nobody else. So therefore, you can keep those crusty, musty, and dusty, intentions. They are yours because it came out of your mouth, right? It didn't come out of my mouth, so I don't want them. But that energy you just forfeited with it. You know what I'm saying? Because the only way you can curse somebody is if you attach energy to it. So guess what? Ooh, I'm gonna keep that energy, take the intentions off, send the intentions back to you. Okay, so this is complicated alchemy. I'm going to converge the energy into my energy. I'm going to transmute the energy into more positive, lighting energy. Right. And then I'm going to set my intentions and I'm going to eat it up. Eat it up, and I'm going to go about my day and I'm going to go have fun with your intentions. I don't know what you wished on me, but whatever you wished, it is now yours. So have fun. Okay, if you were wishing tower moments on me, you was wishing, permanent endings for my life. If you were wishing for insanity over me, you know what I'm saying? Have fun. Have the time of your life. Because I didn't wish that on you. I just gave you your intentions back. So you sitting here, you start going through endings because you wish something on me, and you realize I'm not going through nothing after you did that, and then you start going through stuff. Well, remember, you wished it on me. I didn't never wished it on you. I just sent you your stuff back and went on my merry way. I slept like a baby, thinking I never know what that person intended for me, but may it never reach me. Amen. Okay, and that's how I need y'all to be coming. Okay, that's how I need y'all to be coming. Okay, that is how I need you guys to think about it. Okay, because I know it's like at first, I was like, I don't want to, take their energy. But after a while of people sending me negative intentions and sending me negative energy, I said, you know what? Why can't I benefit off of this? Because they forfeited. I'm not out here doing these types of things. They're the ones out here doing this type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing. It's no, it's no skin off my chest, man. Because I'm handing your intentions back to you, but I'm gonna keep this energy and I'm gonna ball on it. Okay, I am going to ball off of your energy. I'm gonna let you know right now. Okay, I'm gonna get rich off your energy. I'm gonna do this, that, and the third with your energy. Thank you. Thank you for investing into my destiny. Thank you for investing into my financial security. Thank you. Thank you so much, because if it weren't for my haters, ooh, okay, my destiny would have already been grand, okay, but the extra little sprinkle on top, because the haters had to hate. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. That's why I love my haters. You know what I'm saying? As much as I love my family members, because my family members, they send in love, light, and peace, and energy that way. Okay, but they can always take that back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna hold on to the love that they send to me. That's not my right. They only send in love, therefore they can always take their energy back. But if you send in hatred, you don't get your energy back. You don't get your energy back. You can have your stank intentions. You can have those back, but you cannot have your energy back. Okay. But my family members that be sharing their love, spreading the love, you know what I'm saying? Just like I be doing back to them, right? We can call our energy back to ourselves anytime. You know what I'm saying? But if you out here being dusty, right, you ain't getting your energy back. Simple as that. Okay, so that was a little like spiel on on alchemy and why it is very important in your spiritual journey, like to come across. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think y'all be paying attention to how many musicians, Hollywood occult stars, right? How many people that have big influence, right, and a lot of money, how spiritually aware they are, right? And I don't know, literally Drake was one time talking about he hit him with the voodoo curse. I don't know if y'all heard that song or not, but he said he hit him with the voodoo curse. Okay. Then you had Alicia Keys talking about we set our intentions on the candles. Okay, Alicia, where you get that from? Right, setting intentions on candles. What we talking about right now? You know what I'm saying? Right. Then you got Cardi B wearing evil eye bracelets and necklaces. So how she know about the evil eye? The Kardashians, Beyonce, Kanye, Jay-Z. Okay, like all these woke individuals, Ariana Grande, Cynthia. Okay, we like all these people who are spiritually aware, spiritually aware. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like this is how they made it. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. That's how they made it because they're spiritually aware. Now some of them be doing some dastardly things in the dark now. So I didn't say they was good people. I just said, because remember, energy can be used for light or for dark. Okay. So I'm just saying that, some of them ain't working for the light. And some of them, they really just keep their stuff to themselves. Okay. So it really just depends. Right, if we talking about anyone who don't work for the light, we talking like Beyonce, Kardashians. Okay, we talking about in that realm. Okay, right. Another person who's spiritually aware, Doja Cat, work for the dark side. You know what I'm saying? Like there are people with really high influence that work for the darkness, the wickedness, the evilness. Okay, and that's what they perpetuate. That's what they spread. Okay, and that's how they deal with the energy and everything, right? And then you have people that work for the light. Okay, a lot of these stars are spiritually aware, right? They know that they have hate. If they have hating fans, you know what I'm saying? Directing things, speaking things over their lives, looking at a picture of them online and going, you know what I'm saying? They know that it could affect them. Therefore, they're keeping up on their spiritual protection. You know what I'm saying? Okay, right? Like these people know. Okay, that's why I want you to know. Okay, because they know. So why can't you know? Why can't you be put up on the game? They out here setting intentions. You know what I'm saying? Using their fire magic to set intentions. Okay, out here doing their little rituals during their concerts, doing their little thing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, because if y'all started to pull your energy back from some of these stars or whatever you want to call them, if you start pulling your energy back and stop investing so much of your time into them, right, you would see a difference, especially in some of these energy vampires that have made it big. Okay, on the dark side, right? So you would see a difference because you pulled your energy back, right? You're not investing your energy into them anymore, right? So if you pull it back, right, you're gonna see the difference. Okay, but they are definitely spiritually aware, and you can tell the difference between a spiritually aware, um, Hollywood or call musician versus a non-spiritually aware. Okay, you can tell the difference now. You can tell. Okay. Um, this one girl on Instagram, she was the one with Alicia Keys when they did it. This girl, she's like famous in the modeling world, like in the fashion world, something like that. Whatever, she does fashion. Okay. She's very beautiful, but she was with Alicia Keys, and she was like, oh yeah, like her name was like Christy or something like that. So they they know, okay, like people are aware of these type of things that as a spiritual scientist I am trying to teach you, as an intuitive guide, okay, I am trying to teach you about these things that these stars know about already, okay. Some of them use it for good and some of them use it for evil, right? So it really just depends. um but you do need to know about this, okay? Especially for those of you who are meant to do big things in this world, right? Those of you that are meant to do big things in this world. Like you're supposed to make a splash. That's what the collective reading was about today, right? You're supposed to make a splash. Meaning what? You're supposed to come in, okay, and have people snap their necks, okay, to see you, to be around you. You know what I'm saying? And that is going to need you to be aware of your spiritual protection and what energy is directed at you and how to deal with it. Okay? Alrighty? So it takes time. Don't try to rush no abilities. Don't try to rush the feeling of what it feels like when you alchemize energy. It takes time. All right. And this is why I say join the Brainy Bunch hideout in the Discord server. Okay. Because if you need more help, if you need more details, if you need anything regarding your spiritual journey, right, that Brainy Bunch Hideout is where I can teach you, where I can get you the information you need very fast, very speedy, you know what I'm saying? And it'll be there for all of our Soul Tribe families to learn from, and, you know, get the guidance from, okay? So that's why I tell y'all about that. All right. Because I want you guys to use it to your advantage, okay? Alrighty. I love you guys. All right, we're gonna head out here. We will be back tomorrow. Okay, I love you so much. Remember, we speak love, justice, and peace. Y'all have a blessed day. Amen.